Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Katelyn, and today we're continuing the ABC challenge with L for Lupin III. So, I will readily and honestly admit I am not super familiar with this series. I've read a small bit of the manga, and I think I've seen 1 or 2 episodes from the animated series. But honestly, what sold me on this character was the movie The Castle of Cagliostro, which was co-written and co-directed by Hayao Miyazaki. But it's a movie that I really enjoyed and I've watched multiple times. I don't know why I like it so much. I've heard from a lot of people, different anime fans have mixed feelings about Lupin. Some people don't like it as much, but for some reason in that movie in particular, I just absolutely loved it. And I actually am really surprised that I like the English dub a lot in that movie. A lot of the times I really like the Japanese dub overall for most movies. But for some reason in this one, I really am attached to the English dub. It's probably because this is another one of those movies that when I was younger, we rented it from Blockbuster and I watched it so many times. I now own it on DVD, luckily, but that's probably why I'm so fond of the English version. Just because typically when my parents rented an anime film or any type of foreign film, we'd always try to put the English dub instead of subtitles. At least that was pretty consistent. I know when I first watched Fruits Basket, actually, I watched that as the English dub because I didn't know there was a difference between sub and dub when I started watching anime way back in the day. So I know with that one, I still have a pretty strong affinity towards the English dub just because that's what I grew up with and that's kind of how I hear the characters now in my head. But it's the same with the Lupin movie. I have watched it both in the English and the Japanese, but for some reason I really like the English dub specifically for this movie. And I really should make an effort to actually watch this whole series and find out more about Lupin instead of basing my opinion just on the one movie. But I just really liked his character in that, and I just loved the movie overall, so I had to pick Lupin III for my L. And it was actually really hard to pick L. There's not a ton of characters with L that I had a strong affinity towards. I know some of you are going to be like, well, there's L from Death Note, or Light Yagami from Death Note, or, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of more. There was a couple that I kept brainstorming, but I can't remember the other ones I thought of. Nope, I can't think of any others. I know those two always come straight to mind when I think of L, because obviously one is literally L from Death Note. And I know you guys will probably point those out, but I mean, I love Death Note, don't get me wrong. It was a good series, but it's not one of my favorites. I know a lot of people are like, but Death Note is so good. And I'm like, yeah, no, it was a great series, but I'm not gonna rank it on my top favorites. It was still really good, but other ones outrank it for me. So I just had to pick L for Lupin because I really like his character. I like who he is. I like his personality. I've always noticed I really like the, I guess the thieving, mischievous guys in movies. Like, I absolutely love Indiana Jones and other, I guess, not Tomb Raiders. Well, I mean, yeah, Tomb Raiders, you could say that too. But like thieves in general, I've always liked the characters in different movies for that. And Lupin is one of those for sure. He's a great character, and I'm running out of things to talk about because I don't know a ton about Lupin except for the one movie. Yeah, and going back, one quick last note. I can't believe that this movie, when I was looking it up just to make sure I had the right name, it was made in 1979. Like, holy crap. I didn't even know it was from then. I thought it was maybe from like the mid 80s, maybe, but I wasn't for sure. So that's just kind of funny that I never knew how old the movie was. It's older than me, for sure. But I still really enjoyed it and the character. So yep, there's the finished piece. Overall, I am pretty happy with how it turned out. But thanks again, guys, for stopping by and checking out this video. And if you aren't already, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I have new videos every week. And I'd love to hear your guys' ideas for what you would have done for Elle. I know I could only think of maybe a handful. It was a little hard for me to think of them. But thanks again, guys, for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.